HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of HCAM News. I'm HCAM News Director Tom Nappy, here to fill you in with what's hoppening in Hopkinton. On today's edition of HCAM News, scenes from the annual Girl Scouts caroling on the Common festivities, and a couple of town employee appointments were recently approved by the Select Board. But first, big breaking news this week as Hopkinton Town Manager Norman Khumalo announced he is retiring from municipal service after more than 30 years of service to the town. Khumalo has served as town manager of Hopkinton for nearly 15 years, starting in the role in 2009 and helping usher in a number of new initiatives. He successfully led a reorganization of town departments, including the successful consolidation of land use, planning, and permitting into a one-stop shop. He also consolidated legacy treasurer, accounting, and assessing offices into the Hopkinton Finance Department, further enhancing the efficiency of town government. A quote from Norman, quote, "I am extraordinarily proud to have spent such a significant portion of my career in the wonderful town of Hopkinton," Khumalo said. "It has been the honor of a lifetime to serve such a vibrant, growing town. I am grateful to all the great civic leaders, board and commission members, and volunteers. Together, we have worked to make Hopkinton the community it is today." You can read the full story about Norman Khumalo retiring from municipal service at our website, hcam.tv. The town of Hopkinton will certainly miss town manager Norman Khumalo, who was just tremendous for the town of Hopkinton and contributed so much. Best of luck in your future endeavors, Norman Khumalo. The town recently approved a new custodial worker and children's librarian. Here's a look.
Requesting the board confirm the town manager's appointment of Augusto de Oliveira as our next custodial maintenance worker in the facilities department. He will be replacing Akil Reed, working under the direct supervision of the facilities manager. Augusto will perform routine custodial, building and grounds maintenance, oversight of custodial activities for town buildings, and perform minor semi-skilled building repairs. And we're very confident that Augusto will deliver. Here's why. The references revealed that Augusto works very well under pressure. We're very busy here in Hopkinton, we should say. He works extremely well in a fast-paced environment, and did so especially when you worked in the food industry. You were described to us as having a strong work ethic and a go-to attitude and positive outlook, and that came out very clearly during the interview process as well. Other references described Augusto as trustworthy, hardworking, and calm under pressure. And when we dug into your strengths, one of your references said you're very responsible and diligent. You're always looking for the next job, and I can tell you Dave will have 10 more extra jobs for you. Our interview panel included Vasuda, Dave, and Christine. And at this point, I will let Christine or Dave add anything to our introduction of Augusto to the community.
All right, and just for the record, Augusto prefers to be called Gus. We had 6 candidates who applied for the position. We interviewed 3 and selected Gus for the position. Dave?
I just want to thank Vasuda, Kristen, HR for the support, filling the position. It's probably been open for 6 to 7 months. Been hard to find good candidates, and I was confident when we interviewed Gus, he's going to fit in well here. Help out, which the facilities department needs quite a bit of help right now. So, welcome aboard, and thanks to everybody who helped out.
Sitting right next to you, Andrea was promoted to Youth Services Supervisor. What does a children's librarian do here in Hopkinton? Position works under the direction of the Youth Services Supervisor, providing general library services for young library users, and provides special library services such as story time, crafts, summer reading, and other creative programming to promote reading and enhance the lives of young library users. This is really a special position in the library, as it is the first entry into the library system for our young children.
Our first round panel consisted of Jack Miller, young adult librarian, Andrea Calibri, youth services librarian, and Jessica Leverance, benefits administrator. And second round panel was Dawn Alcott Miller, youth and family services director, Andrea again, Nancy Hill, the library services director, and myself. We had 6 candidates who applied. We interviewed 3 and narrowed it down to 2 for second round and selected Carly.
Well, wonderful. It was a personal pleasure to read your letter of interest. I so appreciate all the values that you shared in that letter and your interest in our town because of those values, and that just really is, we're a town that has prioritized working towards making sure that we are a welcoming community. We really appreciate that as we welcome you. That's a piece of what drew you to us. Don't want to let you off the hook without grilling you with a question or 2 on TV. No pressure. But tell us a little bit about your journey to Hopkinton. What are you most excited about in terms of being here in Hopkinton and in this new role?
I'm just so excited that to be with a very busy library, a library that is being really proactive about offering such a range of services to everybody in the community. A couple years ago, I moved closer by. I live in the town of Upton, so I'm sort of like right up the street. So I'm excited to kind of ingratiate myself into the community here.
We're going to take a quick time out. A lot more HCAM news on the way. Don't go anywhere.
HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Hopkinton Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
Welcome to Bragging Rights. Actually, just the glory.
Spiders?
Do we have spiders? Wow, this team is on a roll. Okay.
This is going completely downhill.
Yeah, I agree.
Honest here, our ship is going down.
I agree with that statement.
Teams, please write down your risks. What is a state in the western part of the United States?
Come on, world map, where are you when I need you?
Welcome back to HCAM News. Holiday festivities took place around town this past weekend. Here's a look. The Hopkinton Town Common was lit up for the holiday season, and this past weekend was filled with many of all ages for the annual tree lighting and Hopkinton Girl Scouts caroling on the Common. Here's a look at the festivities.
Misfortune seemed his lot. He got into a drifted sick and then we got upset. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey.
The town of Hopkinton hosted a special town meeting this past Monday. Town clerk Connor Deegan filled in as moderator. The big topic was to approve a new Elmwood school.
Small groups of children who are being supported in reading or mathematics. Some kids were getting specially designed instruction. Students could come out of multiple classrooms and work collaboratively on a project. There could be extension activities in those places. It really does allow for the elasticity that we need in making sure that our kids are getting what they need, not just for today, but to make them appropriate learners and workers in a 21st century environment.
So all told, on the right-hand side, you'll see that we were able to cut over $15.5 million from that initial budget. The last line shows the potential maximum reimbursement from the MSBA. That has gone from just under $45 million back in March to now more than $61 million. That's an additional $16.6 million we've received, and that's going to go a long way to lessening the burden for taxpayers should this be approved.
One, I think, really big piece that I want to call out again is that if this project does not pass, the sixth grade will remain in this building, which will create capacity issues in both the middle school and then the ability to use both the middle school to help alleviate some of the high school things. So that at the school committee, we were able to remove some of our capital warrant items, things that had been part of our 5-year plan, because with a 2-3-4 school, it allows increased capacity at multiple buildings, but it also allowed for things like traffic patterns and relocating of the tennis courts to not be needed in the 5-year capital plan either.
The article passed the 2/3 majority, 622 to 241. The article will now go to special town election. Article 2 would eliminate political caucuses from town election ballots and get rid of caucus nominations.
What you see here in that, especially in 2016, is a fairly even distribution of candidates on the ballot. But if you move to 2017, you'll find that the distribution is skewed somewhat. It was not coincidental that that was the year after Donald Trump was elected. Now there was a pretty large increase in the number of caucus only, and you can see that trend also as it goes on from 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2021.
Executive Office of Bergamo had to swear an oath, which I will thankfully edit to a key and most pertinent passage for tonight. All of the officers and honors of the city of Bergamo should be chosen in the interest of the community and not by reason of any party or parties. That was 800 years ago.
I do not believe that someone is more qualified for a Hopkinton office merely because they caucus with a political party, as the current voting system for ballot signatures indicates. I also do not think that someone should need to identify their stance on abortion to be able to serve on the Conservation Commission, or their position on the defense budget to be able to serve on school committee. Partisanship already defines our politics online, in our houses, and amongst our neighbors. We all have relationships with other people that have been in some way damaged or threatened by partisan politics, especially with the rise of social media. Eliminating partisan advantages will not get rid of political parties. They will always be a part of our political system, locally and nationally. Rather, it will send a message that, first and foremost, we are Hopkintonians, and that we can resist the hatred, fear, and division that threatens to further divide our community.
It showed that it's a good thing to have caucuses in town because it increases participation in the democratic process. What happened after 2016, was a good thing for local government. It got people involved. It got people to focus on local issues. So I'm standing up here to say that I would vote against this motion. I wholeheartedly support what Mr. Weissmantel said and the form that Ms. Groves handed out on the way in.
After much deliberation, the article passed the required majority by 31 votes, 245 to 214.
And The motion passes 245 to 214. Simple majority.
Article 3 looked to add regulations to the energy code for new buildings.
To give you context on our road to net zero, in a typical Massachusetts home, 80% of energy use comes from the heating and cooling of air and the heating of water, often by burning oil and gas. The specialized code will help prevent us from adding to that deficit by preparing new construction for electrification and help get us to net zero faster by ensuring new construction does not contribute excessive emissions in the future. To be clear, the specialized code does not ban the usage of fossil fuels in new construction, but it does require that new buildings are prepared for the electric transition.
The article failed 121 to 216. Article 4 was recommended to take no action, and that passed 271 to 30. That wrapped up the November 13th special town meeting. A special town election took place this past Tuesday. The only question on the ballot regarded the Elmwood School project. 995 voted yes, 634 voted no. So a brand new Elmwood School is approved for Hopkinton. 5 Hopkinton Hiller athletes recently signed their letters of intent to compete in college. Here's a look at the festivities.
So first up we have Camille Parlov, who's committed to play field hockey at Fairfield University. Last fall, Camille was named a junior captain and was also a Tri-Valley League large MVP and team MVP. Camille scored 23 goals last year, becoming the leading scorer on her team as well as in the TVL. She was chosen as the Boston Herald All-Scholastic Award, where she was acknowledged for her excellence in both academics and athletics. This year was her 4th year on varsity and 2nd as a captain. She surpassed 50 career goals and 100 career points by the end of the season. She led her team in goals with a total of 27 by the end of the season, and Camille was also chosen for the Best of 60 All-Star Game, where she would compete this Sunday with other top athletes in Massachusetts. Camille is very excited to start her new journey at Fairfield University and cannot wait to see what the future holds. Yes.
So cute. Oh yeah. Should we all hug?
Let's go. Come on.
It's time for some happenings in town you should know about. On Saturday, December 16th at 2 p.m., it is the annual St. John's Evangelical Southeastern Massachusetts Community Concert Band annual Christmas concert. That's on Saturday, December 16th at 2 p.m. You can see all the information at St. John's website, which is stjohnhopkinton.com, and you can also find the information on our website, hcam.tv. Our picture of the week: the Hopkinton Girl Scouts hosted the annual Caroling on the Common, and many were in attendance for the holiday festivities and to sing some great Christmas tunes. Congratulations to the Hopkinton Girl Scouts on a wonderfully attended, fun event this past weekend. Upcoming town government meetings include on Thursday, December 7th at 7 p.m. We'll have the school committee meeting live on our HCAM Ed channel. Then on Thursday, December 14th at 7 p.m., we'll have the select board meeting live on HCAM TV. For more information about town government meetings, you can head over to hcam.tv/gov or the town website, hopkintonma.gov. Believe it or not, you're out of time for this edition of HCAM News, but don't worry. Next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., we'll be back. For everyone at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. As always, thank you for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.